Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery, and I am going to attempt to lead you through my process if I can. This is a Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula, which oftentimes is useful for putting into pans of color, which I did not make up myself. Okay, if I had a pan of color, I could scoop in and I could drag color off of that. So, from that idea came this idea. Use a small shovel from the dollar store. It comes with a pail. That is a pretty cool idea. That came from finding a butter dish, probably at a wedding, you know, butter pat held right there. And that also led to things like kitchen scoops, which hold a lot more paint and you can drag out your marks a lot longer. But what we liked the other day was this little scoop, which made marks like these trails here. And this is not the cleanest one. The first one I did is not available, so I can't show it to you right now, and I'm going to be fixing this anyway. It's cool, but it looks too much like Instagram icons, so somebody mentioned that. So I put this pad of paper out here because it's Yupo, and it is about the thickness of what I think we could make a scoop out of if we had to and funds were unlimited, because this is not the right thing to use in general. It's just too darn expensive. But what is the right thing in general is refuse. Refuse, like when you empty your rubbing alcohol bottle from Sam's Club and you get things on the bottom and the top. Well, maybe not so much the top. I used that for something else. You can tell I wanted to make an inversion pour container out of that. You can pretty much put any bottle top down and put paint in and then lift it and have an inversion pour container, just in case you need to know that. I have lots of videos about inversion pours. So I haven't done anything quite like this before, and I've got a couple of plans. And so the first one was to show you those containers and see if I could scavenge some of that plastic. But I want to make sure that you know that there's all kinds of trash that you throw away that you could use for acrylic pouring. And that includes, you know, taking apart the packaging for whatever. Yeah, can I do it? Because I intended on using this for a stamp, the round lens cover in the front. But the back panel of this, if I cut it out, I could make a little shovel out of that also. And trim these out. It's nice if you have a very straight front edge, and I'll do that in a minute, because this is, like I said, this is just that right there. My original plan included making a whole bunch of these, but this, where is it? Yes, this is the lid from My Favorite Cottage Cheese, and this is made from the lid of My Favorite Cottage Cheese, and it is a smaller version of this scoop. And just because we're here now, I think it's time to go ahead and cut one. Oh wait, I didn't say that. We're going to cut a sheet of plastic from the, yeah, I have that kind of sense of humor, from the container. I'm going to go down a little further this time because I like to have something that I can hang on to, but the bottom is really heavy, so that was probably not my best idea ever, especially since I'm struggling with it now. But if you cut through the less tough part that isn't the bottom, you might be happier, and it will definitely take you less time than that did. So, rather than make a super large scoop, I think I'm going to just grab something to use as a straight edge. These are cake decorating, frosting, manipulating tools that a friend of mine sent me. Thank you, Michelle. And I'm going to guess over on one side, and I'm just going to take my closed scissors. Whoop. I'm going to take the correct side of my... Am I? Okay, maybe I can't put a straight edge on there. Maybe I'm just going to try and create a straight edge anyway. Alright, so you can see that there's a straight edge there, and that folded up really easily. I don't know that I put an awful lot of pressure on that. I'd like it to not be the exact same thickness of this one, so maybe a little wider. I'm just putting some pressure on there, not the world's greatest pressure. And I am going to wish that I had done that a little harder, and I'm going to do it a second time. Now, once I have this, I'm going to fold that back up. Once I have this, how am I going to do this? I'm going to cut off those fat parts and hope I can still get away with this. I'm feeling rather clumsy at the moment. Anyway, so here are my folded edges. Now, that's my scoop, and it will go in one of these ice cube trays. Take off any little tabs that you see are there. Now, let's see if I can go from, I'll flatten it out, and because I want the front tapered down so I can get into containers, I'm just going to trim off that flap. Those are probably useful for something. I don't want to think about that now. So anyway, as long as I can hold those side panels to scoop my paint or scoop my paint, then that's the part I'm holding on to. The back piece probably not so much, but I have some metal tape around here, and it seemed to work pretty well. So in a pinch, I could probably put a little piece of metal tape around if I hadn't trimmed off those tabs at the back. So maybe I should try that one more time and make it easier still. So we're just going to trim out a piece of plastic. We're not going to torture ourselves with the bottom panel this time. We're going to score the plastic by pressing down on some closed scissors so you don't stab yourself. I'm going to fold the edges. I'm going to leave everything long except for the very front. I'm not going to trim out my back this time. And there. Now we have a variety. Yeah, I need to trim it up. I saw that little tab. Somebody's like, don't you see that? It's still there. I have wondered about notching the fronts of these and seeing what it would be like to drag them out, but you're going to have to experiment with that for yourself. I don't think I'm going to do that. So I have large, slightly smaller, smaller than that, and smaller still. Now, when I did a painting the other day on a black background, I had a container of colors, lots of mixed colors. Imagine, use your imagination. I took this one with the notches in it, and I dipped it in and put it on the black canvas, and it left little round dots, and I just kept repeating that until I had covered the whole canvas. And I thought, well, not everybody's got those, but everybody's probably got lids. And so I just basically, I hope you can see that, I basically notched those out of the back, or the center. Yeah, I'm not articulate at the moment. So I cut it in half, I notched in, I folded over. And I'm pretty sure I might need to trim off those tabs at the back, but I was tempted to try it out and see if I could do a double. Because that's just the way I roll. I gotta try stuff. I like experimenting, what can I say? So I will be trying that, and I have high expectations. Sorry, trouble with my tongue today. Anyway, so I wanted to share with you the fact that out there right now, there are silicone ice cube trays, and you will see a video I made very shortly, if you haven't already, probably very shortly, where I put just straight colors in here, and I had a pan of colors, and what I would do is I would go back and forth between grabbing one color and putting it down, or taking the color that was on there and putting it in with another color and grabbing those out and mixing them. I could start over here with multicolors, I could grab a little bit more of this, whatever I was doing, I could do a lot of it, and just with two colors it makes a whole different effect. 2 or even 3 rather than my 5 or 10 or 20. Anyway, I only used one of these the other day, and the cool thing is, if you can find them, look at that, you could actually keep your colors for a day. I don't recommend trying to hold on to your colors for longer. I mean, if they're solid colors, you can stir them up, which is the nicest thing about this lid. But generally, more than a day isn't that great, because you're going to have whatever pouring mediums you put in your mixes separating out. Otherwise, that's about it. And I should tell you guys that you can purchase the OXO omelet turning spatula, best paint spreading spatula in the world, bar none, I promise you. I'm ready, finally. And these are the Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatulas. I especially like that one. That's number 5. Number 3 is pointy. Number 1 is my go-to. And I had a red spider attached. Go away, red spider. Number 2 is the little rectangle. And number 4 is they're mini blades. Yes, I see that word now. They're mini blades. Is the diagonal. So this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard going, we're going to play with some paint soon. And I've got a few things that I'm not going to mind covering up with this, but I don't think this is going to happen right now. I just thought I'd throw another painting in there at the end, just to tell you guys, check my end screens for this month's contest. And good luck making some of your new tools for free with your junk, with your trash. And if you give me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. It tells the YouTube algorithm to keep placing my videos where more people can find them. And if more people find them, then I will continue to make more videos for you. And I am trying to be here every day and doing a pretty bang-up job of it so far, so good. So thanks for the thumbs up, and watch more videos. On the end screens, you're going to find over 762 as of yesterday. I don't know what it is today. I uploaded a few more. So I love you guys very much. And this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery going, these cake tools are the bomb, and I will be playing with them some more. This is the Yupo paper I got, and I really think, as thick as that is, we could probably make a scoop out of it, and maybe more interesting things still, but I'm going to use a sheet of that for something else soon. I have talked long enough. I will see you anon. This is Priscilla Batzell, I think I said that, in Spring Hill, Florida, Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard going, I love you. See you soon. Come back for some more videos. There's probably one tomorrow, and there might be one this afternoon. There could have been one this morning, and I'm done. I love you. Bye.